Garden State Weather Premium video forecast discussions here on YouTube and also on Twitter at Garden State WEA. I'm meteorologist Robert Smith, and of course our focus tonight is on this Tuesday night, the 8th, Election Day. 2022 is going to be on Tropical Storm Nicole, and we're looking at the latest GOES 16 channel here, courtesy from Tropical Tidbits as well, from their site. We can see the low-level center here now just out so far west, east actually, from the Bahamas and the island chains here. And there is rapid convection building up around the north and northeast side of this storm. There's definitely a low-level circulation here. And if we took a look at the wind profiles here, let's just go back to now. This is off the GFS model at 700 millibars at 10,000 feet. Even at 500 millibars, we have a circulation, a closed circulation now, 250 millibars, somewhat diffuse, but at 500 millibars we have a closed circulation, 700 millibars we have a closed circulation, 850 millibars closed circulation here just east of the Bahamas right now. Notice all the wind flow coming in. Notice this big dome of high pressure over the Great Lakes and the Tennessee River Valley here, and that is wrapping around northerly winds here at 850 millibars here. This is what's blocking the storm from going out to sea. It's going to come into Florida as probably a Cat 1 hurricane as we move through. At 1,000 millibars, same kind of feature, and it is tightening up. The center is actually tightening up, and even at the surface, it's tightening up. So if we went into Doppler radar right now, which we will, we can definitely see the low-level center circulation here starting to form and move on here. Let's see if we can do this. All right. All right, let's do it. Here's the low-level circulation now, and it is far west, east of Freeport and the Bahamas right now. There's precipitation coming into West Palm Beach right now and Vero Beach, where temperatures are in the 70s and 80s right now, and it's an onshore flow. Not really much has changed here in the forecast over this area here for Florida and the Carolinas and Georgia. Here as of 4 p.m. The key messages remain the same from the National Hurricane Center. Hurricane conditions, dangerous storm surge expected in portions of the northwestern Bahamas tomorrow, where a hurricane warning is already in effect. And probably let's do the warning cone here. So as of 7 p.m. this evening, winds have sustained themselves at about 65 miles an hour. Convection on the north and northwest side of this storm. The movement is now to the west-southwest at about 10 miles an hour, and it's going to take it right into the Palm Beach area or the North Coast area here in Florida during tomorrow afternoon here. And well, the latest model guidance and actual an indication that this storm is formidable. And its wind field extends far out from that of previous storms in the past. And again, the key messages are going to be dangerous storm surge. And of course, let's not focus on, all of this just because U.S. rainfall potential is going to be high across Orlando, Tampa Bay. The wind field, storm surge warning, storm surge watch and warning. It's going to be pretty high here from north of Jacksonville all the way down to Orlando and just north of Miami here. So this is a dangerous situation. Peak surge up to 5 feet here from Hallandale Beach up to North Palm Beach, all the way up to South Sanity River here in the South Carolina coast. So, and again on the west coast, as the storm crosses over inland it's going to move over through Tampa, and the Tampa Bay area is at 1 to 3 feet with storm surge, and from Anclote River all the way up to Indian Pass here is about 1, 2, 3, 4 feet of storm surge possible. Latest graphics from the National Hurricane Center as of 4:30 p.m. this afternoon, valid until 7 p.m. on Tuesday, tomorrow. Or that's today, actually. No, I think this is a mistake here. Valid through 7 p.m. on Friday. So we're looking at 4 inches of rain here from Orlando all the way down to Tampa Bay, and that includes the Fort Lauderdale area, coast, Space Coast, and yeah, West Palm Beach, North Palm Beach area, just north. National Weather Service office here in the local offices here in Melbourne, Florida. Hurricane warning remains in effect. Storm surge warning remains in effect. Peak wind gust 55 to 70 miles per hour, gust up to 85 miles an hour. Window for tropical storm force winds is tomorrow afternoon until Thursday afternoon. And of course, threat to life and property. That includes typical forecast uncertainty in track size and intensity. So there is a lot of things going on here, and this is an unusual storm for this time of the year, but the water temperatures are so warm here. So plan for light threatening wind, equivalent of a Cat 1 or 2 hurricane force. Considerable roof damage to sturdy buildings, with some having window door and garage door failures leading to structural damage. Mobile homes, obviously, being damaged or destroyed, and damage accentuated by airborne projectiles. So this is not anything that we're unaware of, and there is that situation of a couple of tornadoes or water spouts forming in this area as it makes landfall as well. And we're going to look live from Tropical Tidbits on NOAA 3 mission number 9 into Nicole this evening. And it is flying through, and it's finding pressures that are lower than the actual model guidance is showing here at 984 from NOAA mission 3. So this is a recon mission that's going into the storm right now, and the drop zone data is coming in as well. And they've got drop zones on all sides of the storm, including the northwest, the center of the storm, all the way down to the southwest side of the storm too. They have lots of drop zones coming into the storm. We have another Air Force plane, mission number 8 into Nicole. This is low-level reconnaissance plane. Both 9 and 8 are in the storm at the same time, and they're finding pressures now down to 984 millibars. So this storm is definitely tightening up, and again, the drop zone data is showing this too, as well as the plane is flying now into the center of the storm right now. And in the previous mission, the storm is in NOAA 3 is in the center of the eye wall right now of Nicole, and in mission number 8 it's flying into it right now, or it has been into it. So we're going to find now we have a NOAA 9 plane coming in, mission number 7 into Nicole in progress. So it's getting in there. It's not there yet. And NOAA is putting all of the drop zones around the entire center of this eye wall right now, which is forming. It got 12, 19, 17, 16, 15, 14 around the eye wall now, and around the outer periphery as well. So, and it's showing a lot of dry air in the mid and upper levels of the atmosphere on the most recent drop zone sounding. But it's saturated from about 800 millibars down, and there's a lot of dry air still here, according to this, around 1,000 feet. So still looking into this, but this looks like it's going to be a dangerous storm for Florida. And where does it go? Latest 18 run of the of the European model guidance. Well, it takes it southwest and it takes it right there through Palm Beach, north of Palm Beach, around coast, and then inland through Orlando and back on the other side. There's a lot of convection here on the west side, here near the Panhandle, and then back up. Now, the question is, and the 18Z model guidance is not complete yet, but this is where the interaction is going to occur between this upper level low and polar front coming in to the forecast and where this goes. So let's go back to the latest model guidance now. This was initialized tonight on November the 9th. So it takes the hurricane into the coast here. This is all model guidance now. Into the east coast here of Florida, passes over north of Orlando, and then gets into the Georgia, and then travels up. Now, we want to pay attention to the blue lines here. So, yeah, this track has been trending further west, and normally when extratropical or tropical cyclones become extratropical, the track of the heaviest precipitation is west. Normally speaking, that is really what happens. But let's take a look at that's the global and the hurricane model. So let's take a look at the GFS now. Same kind of scenario. So, you got members to the left and members to the right here, but the track here is over Virginia into southeastern Pennsylvania, into northwestern New Jersey, and then out. But I have to say that, precipitation, that will depend on the interaction between the polar trough and the interaction between what is left with Nicole. And of course, the ensemble model guidance here tracks from the Canadian model guidance, the GEPS, show the same thing, but a little bit further east. But still, is a strong clustering of problems here going on. So this is going to make the difference between how much precipitation and wind in the New Jersey, New York City metropolitan area falls between Friday and Saturday afternoon.